Radhe Radhe Govinda Govinda Radhe 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 Govinda Govinda Radhe.
So for today, I would like to start with the class of the Shri Prema Bhakti Candrika.
Sure.
Because we have only 1 hour, and so it's good to concentrate a little bit.
Sure.
If you agree, we will read today the verse 28 and also partial things of 29, because that subject is a very interesting subject. It's about fixation in Bhajan and fixation in Ishtadeva.
Okay, good, really good.
It is very nice what Srila Narottam Das Thakur is saying and how Ananda Das Babaji Maharaj is commenting. So, my humble obeisances to all of you and to our beloved Gurudev and to all our Guru Varga and to beloved Narottam Das Thakur and his Prema, Shri Prema Bhakti Candrika. Apana pat tate hobo anurat Ishtadeva stane lilaga Naishtika bhajane tomare kohilo bae Hanumanta hate Prema. So this verse is in the beginning of the Prema Bhakti Candrika, and as we know, the whole book is like a continuation from Vaidhi Bhakti to Raganuga Bhakti and to Rupanuga Bhakti. It's like a guidelines how to process our bhakti on these levels and how to attain these levels and what to do, how to practice and how to overcome obstacles also. So Srila Narottam Das Thakur says, I will remain attached to my own path of worship and sing the glories of my own beloved deity in his sacred abode. Oh, brother, I tell you, this is exclusive worship, and the example is given by Hanuman. So the subject of the purport of our dear Ananda Das Babaji Maharaj is called Fixation in Bhajan. Here Srila Thakur Mahashai mentions fixation in Bhajan. This fixation both is in his worship and in his worshipable deity. Both these loyalties of the devotee are shown in this Tripadi. First, the blessed author mentions fixation in Bhajan. Apana pa tate hobo anurat Ishtadeva stane lilagad. I will always remain attached to my own path of worship. Nishta means motionless, and when Nishta awakens, one remains motionlessly fixed in Bhajan. So I like this start of how Baba is explaining that actually the later part of development of Shraddha is called Nishta. And I remember Gurudev always said this, Shraddha is a fluctuating faith. It is a beginning faith, sometimes here and sometimes there. Sometimes I like this form of Krishna and sometimes another form. But Nishta means motionless. It is a faith that is not moving anymore. Right, Gora? Like our Gora here is Thai.
Yes, we not move. Stay fast.
So that Nishta, when this happens in our lives, then like Gurudev said, we can sit in Vrindavan and we can sit in our chanting. We can become motionless. Means we don't need to run around in the mind. We don't need to run around in the, from one place of worship to another place of worship. We don't need to do 100,000 parikramas. We don't need to go from one temple to the next. I mean, all of us have been doing that for many years, mostly. Going to Radha Damodar, and oh my God, I also need the mercy of Radharaman. But I have heard also the mercy of Shyama Sundar is so extraordinary. He found Srimati Radhika's ankle bell. But I heard also the Seva Kund is so amazing, because in all the slabs of the stones of the Seva Kund, there are the verses of Prabhupada Saraswati Thakur of Radha Sudanidhi. Oh my God. You know, Vrindavan is so full of mercy that if there's no fixation, one can become quiet. Every day we do some parikramas to different temples with, like Gurudev said, a stay. Fixed and motionless, that is the highest level of worship.
One point is also interesting to read in this verse. I have to see. My own path. This is very interesting. Now, my own path. So he not speak about the general path, but his own path. So that means it's individual. This is his path, what he is going, and that is what you exactly described with Staibath. If we find our own path, then has to be Stai, because otherwise we are running different paths here and there. But in that moment, we find our own path. In that moment, we are fixed. And this is also very important, no?
Yes, it's our own path, and it's, of course, the path that has been shown by the sadhus. And we fix not only our own meditation, we fix our sadhus, we fix our worship, we fix also that special form of the Lord that is going to give us the desired relationship.
That means what he's saying, my own beloved deity. So two times he speaks my own. And this is not Zufall.
By chance.
This is not by chance. This is a special meaning what he put here inside. And this is exactly what we speak about. Ishtadev, fix the Ishtadev, that means my own beloved deity. And to be in Stai, that means my own path. So two things what Gurudev is teaching are described in this verse. First, we have to fix our bath and our Ishtadev. And this is described in this verse in two lines. And when he speak about, oh brother, then he is teaching his own mind. That means, oh brother, right? Jayananda?
Yes.
You agree?
Agree.
So then he is also continuing that the Nishta means motionless, and hearing the topics from the mouth of the sadhus will make all problems disappear, means all the bad habits will disappear. And fixation in bhajan awakens. That comes by hearing. And you all and we all experience it when we are in Vrindavan and we hear from all the sadhus who have been doing bhajans for decades, not only for a few years, but for decades. And they are fixed already and they are in their, worship, and we are worshipping Srimati Radhika. Then this will get rid of all the instabilities of the mind, because the mind is always fluctuating usually. But to get the mind fixed so it becomes a friend or a brother, we take the good association. And then he is giving one paragraph very nice also about the difficulties that are possible and that we all know And I like this verse and the explanations because these vices, or like, let's say, hindrances or obstacles, they appear again and again in devotional life. He's quoting one verse from Srimad Bhagavatam that we all know, and I remember when we were in the book distribution times, we always, every morning before reading the Srimad Bhagavatam, we would quote it. You remember that? Maybe you also did that. Shingvatam Svakata Krishna Punya Shavana Ketana Redyantastoya Bhadrani Vidunoti Suritsatam Nashta Prayashvabatreshu Nityam Bhagavata Sevaya Bhagavati Uttama Shloke Bhakti Bhavati Naishtiki. We always would recite this verse when we were sitting in the Sankirtan van, so-called book sellers van, and we would be so faithful in this process of hearing and chanting and singing together. And then Baba says, then when we do this, or actually Srimad Bhagavatam says, when one is hearing and chanting of the glories of Lord Shri Krishna on the path of the practitioner's recollection and destroys all inauspicious sensual desires from the heart. It is so nice. So we can transfer it when we are constantly hearing about Srimati Radhika's glories and the glories of her beloved and the glories of her dasis. Then they will destroy some, ignorance from the heart. And what is this ignorance? He is also calling Laya, Vikshep, Apratipati, Kashaya, and Rashasvada. So when one becomes drowsy, when one is chanting, this kind of like chanting but falling asleep at the same time, it's called Laya. Also relating to mundane things during bhajan. I try to fix on my Swamini, but then I am in the mind, I am in the cooking, I am in the whatever, sometimes service related and often also problems with human beings. Then that is called vikshep. Inability to fix, because the subject here is fixation in bhajan. And then even if one is not tired or if one is not distracted by different thoughts and, worries or desires, even is not even able to do bhajan at that time, it is called apratipati. It is also very nice understanding. Why? Because one has qualities that are still impure in the heart, and that is Baba says inclination to be angry, greedy, or proud. That is also another Sanskrit word. It's called kashai. And that is also losing concentration on bhajan. And another one is when one is actually trying to chant, but has other things in mind, like a delicious feast or whatever, that any sensual desire, that is called rashashvada. And when these obstacles are overcome by mercy of gurus and Vaishnavas and listening, then the fixation comes. And I was just remembering also my dear sister Raseshwari. She says, after being 3 weeks now in Vrindavan, my mind become very good and really likes to listen and can fix more on the mantras, and I feel more calm. And that is all our, position. Our mind is always flickering or coming, here and there. And sometimes it's with Swamini and with Gurudev. But many times we are externally oriented. What do others think about me? Or what do I think about that person? And what needs to be done? So these are all the different obstacles of losing concentration in bhajan. But listening, and that is, you are so lucky in Vrindavan, you are listening from the very highest class of bhajan doers and bhajan experts, then this will clear all these, flickering thoughts and mental distractions. This, it is like a wave of thoughts that is always coming and going. And then when this happens, because before we are at this point when the Bhajan becomes stable, it is flickering, it is going up and down, and it's going like, the waves on the ocean, sometimes strong and sometimes less. The Bhajan is very unstable. And then when this Nishta comes, when this is happening, that we can really fix on the subject, on the worship, and on our Ishtadev, then by hearing from our Gurudev, from our Guru Vaishnava, Guru Bhais, Guru sisters and brothers, and from all the wonderful Vaishnavas, then this can go out of the heart. It is like after we don't even know what happened, it's just like, it became peaceful. I can chant now. And I don't want to stop chanting. I can sit now. I can read. I can, meditate. I can do my inner meditations. And that's called Naishtika Bhajan. That's what Gaurasunda also said, being attached to one's own form of worship and constantly remaining attracted to this. One has, Ishtadev, like us, we have Shrimati Radhika. And then we have also the path of Bhajan that is shown to us by Gurudev from our Guru Parampara. And then it's becoming condensed, like Gurudev always mentioned, condensed feelings. And this paragraph now, which is coming, is very beautiful. Where Baba says, and that I like also, the Ishtadev is the worshipable deity in the temple, or Shiguru, or a similar great Vaishnava who are as worshipable as Sri Hari himself. To sing the pastimes of the Lord to them is the unadulterated means to attain Prema. So he is very also clearly saying that the Ishtadev is the worshipable deity in the temple, but also our Gurudev, if we don't have an Ishtadev yet, our Gurudev is our Ishtadev also, and telling us or showing us the way to our Ishtadev. Or if we don't have a Guru, then also any Vaishnava who is inspiring us, any Das, any Dasi, they can also be an Ishtadev. It's like someone who is fixing my feelings. So I like this.
In our case, Suniti, we can see that actually our Ishtadev is sending a person in our life to fix us on her fixed point, to say. And this is Guru. And so he is not different from her in this meaning. So he is giving us the connection to her, but he is sent by her.
Yes.
No? So this is one line. So, and here he described this. We can say he is also the Ishtadev because he is acting under her guidance. So he is only a puppet to her because he is connecting us to our Ishtadevi. We see Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is the origin source of our line. And he came in this abode to teach us about all these topics. We didn't know anything without him. And Ananga Manjari and Nityananda are our first teachers in this case. And the mood came by Mahaprabhu. And who is Mahaprabhu? It's the mood and the complexion of Radharani. So there is, in this case, it's not a difference between our Guru and her, because he never feel in any case of independency. He always speak about his Guru and his Guru. And then when we go to the root, we find out our Janavama, who is in direct connected to Mahaprabhu. And so we can see there is Ishtadeva, meaning Guru, because he is the right hand of Ishtadevi in this world and also in the spiritual abode as Manjari. So there is not a real difference in between this. So we can see it, I think, in this way, that when we speak about Ishtadev, we have a complex system, what is teaching us and giving us the connection to her. Without Gurudev, his heartful relationship to Swamini, without him, we cannot enter this connection. It goes heart by heart. So he bring it in this world under her guidance. So we need the Guru to fix our Ishtadevi.
And now Gurudev also sending them so much to Madan Gopal Baba, Mahanidhi Baba. And also he also giving this example that this Vaishnava is so worshipable, is so pure, and it's so, one-pointed in the service to Srimati Radhika. I want that you go there and you listen from him. You listen from his realizations, so that your Ishta Devas, Dhanagi Leela Gan, will be fixed, more fixed. That is so beautiful. That Guru is not the goal, like Gurudev always says. He is not saying, oh, you are my disciples, you only have to listen from me. You only have to stay with me and only serve here. No, you go there and you serve this Vaishnava by listening. You get inspired, you get different perspective of his service, of his realizations. And that is all in the same category.
Right. And we read just a book from Anandadas Babaji. By the mercy of our Gurudev, he is teaching us that these are the most important books. So there is one, this is the same line, the same feeling, mood, what we can find in the books of Anandadas Babaji and his explanations. Because if we read without the explanations, it is not easy to understand these verses by our acharyas. No? Narottam Das, it's now we read it, we understand it, but you can imagine if we don't have this translation, this commentary by Anandadas Babaji, and also the explanation of our Gurudev, we will not enter this path. We cannot enter the feelings. We don't really understand the deep meaning in this verses, what is behind that. This is the beauty of this, what you just read here, that there is one system of meaning of what is Ishtadev.
And also here Baba says that Krishna becomes very happy when he hears about his own pastimes. Isn't that really something? Krishna becomes happy when we say, Jai Shri Radhe, you and him belong together, and like this. And he gives one example. When Shri Krishna heard his glorification through the mouth of Srila Bilva Mangala Thakur, he became most happy and personally called his poetry Shri Krishna Karnamritam. Means the nectar that goes through the ears. Because our ears are so important that we feel this nectar of the glorifications in there, and not only by our own mind, but also listening from others and feeling the feelings of Gurudev and also increasing the feelings of others. That is a very special service.
So Krishna gave the poetry of Bilva Mangal personally the name Shri Krishna Karanamrita. Yeah. Wow. Krishna gave this name to his poetry. Wow.
He likes it because he understands, oh, my devotee, he is so much in love, he can understand my feelings. And then we also all know these feelings. If we try to explain our feelings, it becomes very complicated. But if somebody speaks and I feel, my God, they are speaking from my heart, then we become very attracted. Then everything becomes very easy. And I also like to stress this one sentence, or share with you this one sentence that I really like in this purport, where Baba says it is also a special service to Shri Guru Dev and the greatly realized devotees to sing about Shri Krishna's pastimes to them.
That's very interesting. What in this book, Prema Bhakti Candrika, it's mainly speaking about Krishna.
No, only in the beginning. Shri Krishna is always
it's continuously also. What you not find in this case in the Vilap Kushmanjali. There is mainly much more Radhika. And also in the translation, not only that Narottam Das speak mainly about Krishna, but also in the explanation of Baba, he also take this point and use more this Krishna. For me, when I read it, it was like a preparation to the next step of Vilap Kushmanjali. So this is, I think it's a good to come in by mainly Krishna understanding. They speak mainly about Krishna. No? And
in the beginning.
Yes, also we can read later.
Yeah, you are right.
More. No? And I think it's a preparation to the for the Radhadasis. No, it's more for the beginners. Yeah. It's interesting that is also in the explanation of Anandadas Baba, Shri Krishna's path. Right?
Yeah, the interesting thing is though that Baba always goes in the flow with the commentary.
Yeah.
You know, like the next verse is also about this subject. But in the end, he will again speak about the glories of Srimati Radhika and Manjari or Dasi Bhav. So, you know, the Vaishnavas, they have their own moods, and he is explaining that also in the next verse, but they always respect others' moods. They never try to push anybody in another mood when they feel that someone is in that desire to worship their Ishtadeva. And that is also coming here, that Hanuman is giving as an example of Nishta, of this fixed bhajan and this fixed love. But I first want to come back to this special service to Shri Guru and the greatly realized devotees to sing about the pastimes. So this is such a beautiful service that Gurudev has created for all of us. We can share and we can sing to each other. We can inquire. And this all is helping us in our bhakti. And then the grace of Guru, Vaishnavas, and the Supreme Lord is attained. And then nothing remains unattainable for the practitioner. So I just want to encourage all of us to be more eager to do this, because sometimes devotees are also shy. They think, oh, I cannot read, my English is not so good, but it's not the point. The point is really to do it out of eagerness to please the Vaishnavas and Shri Guru, and then get the blessings. And by these blessings, slowly, our ability to express and to grasp our subjects and to express our feelings becomes more and more, relishable maybe, or also possible. So I just want to share this because sometimes I get a little bit discouraged when devotees have not so much eagerness to share or to read, because I think, my God, you are missing, you don't know what you are missing. it's so great to read to Gurudev and to share. Even if you feel completely foolish like myself, I feel always foolish. That is my constitutional position. But still, I like to share, I like to read, and I like to make Gurudev relish. And that is already in itself such a beautiful service. So that is Sringvata, Svakata Krishna. That is the purifying power of the hearing and chanting of the glories of Radha Mohan and all devotees. Somebody would like to share on this? I don't want that you fall asleep because I'm talking too much here.
So, this time, I don't know, 1 hour is very short. I little bit, afraid to talk because the time is too short.
Oh, what to do? Maybe we also have 1.5 hours, Rainandaji, because I think it starts at 5 or 5:30. But don't worry, now we are in the flow, and then we just share what comes, and then, we still have half an hour. Don't worry.
Okay, I want to share a little bit. Maybe somebody already heard. This is, so I want to share a little bit Mahanidhi Madanagowar Baba's saying. So
very nice.
So this verse, so remain attached on path of worship. So he's saying, before chanting, we should do sankalpa. Sankalpa means like a vow. So, because, my goal is like this. Say, like my goal is radical seva. My Ishtadeva like this. So I'm doing for this. Like, kind of vow. Because sometimes devotee, just chanting, without, sometimes we did not say goal, or we did not say Ishtadeva, or we don't say what do I want to do. So this is he's saying, at first fix it. And then he was saying, his Gurudev told him, even Mahamantra, his Gurudev is suggesting sitting one place and do chanting. Not for chanting on the shop or like a marketplace. Because he's saying, like, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, oh, I want to buy this one. Hare Krishna, oh, how much is this? Oh, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, oh, yeah, this may be 2 or 3. We cannot concentrate. So he, of course, someone who is working, we cannot always sit and chant. Maybe, especially Western devotee may not easy to do this. But his Gurudev was suggesting him. And also, I told the Gurudev the same thing. Yeah, I also suggesting like this. So this beads, it should not bring outside. Better to bring chota one, like a 27th mala. That is more easy. He's saying. Yeah. Then actually, so of course, someone who walking like a Govardhan Parikiram without, what do you say, interrupting, we can chant. That is okay. Walking also okay. But especially shopping place is he's saying, his Gurudev saying not good. Because, we are chanting and then talking, we chanting, talking, and then our mind is not concentrated. After hearing, oh, that's true. This say, motionlessly fixing bhajan. This kind of, without doing prajalpa, nonsense talk or material talk, we try to fix a bhajan. That's also his teaching. Actually, yeah, that's good. So we appreciated his suggestion. So that's I want to say. Radhe.
Yeah, beautiful point. So Ishtadeva Stani, that is also one nice subject. Another meaning of Ishtadeva Stani is that to live in Krishna's playground, Sri Vrindavan, or other such places, and to sing Sri Krishna's or Sri Radha Mohan's glories there is one of the greatest items of worship. So that is such a nice meditation for myself that when we are there together and we are reading together, we are listening, and we are churning the feelings, that is so the greatest worship already. Everything else is included. If we do, any kind of service we might do, like going to the arti, we go, we're doing parikrama, but we do this actually with the feelings that we have gotten from the katha, from the rasa that we have received from the lotus lips of our Shri Gurudev, and vibrating in this while doing our mantras, while doing our services during the day. That is such a glorious and beautiful service already. So the hearing and the chanting is very important also to do it in the mood of our aspiring service to Srimati Radhika. Sri Vrindavan Dham is the place which greatly reminds one of Sri Radha Mohan's pastimes, and no place like this can create visions of Sri Radha Mohan's Leela Rasa in the heart of the singer or speaker.
That's we can understand that this is not different. Vrindavan is not really different from Radha Mohan. We cannot sing about them without Vrindavan and all the relatives who are there with them. And also, if we meditate on our own part there, we can only sing not in this material body. We have to sing on our spiritual body in Vrindavan abode and together with Radha Mohan there, no? Right? So it's not different.
Right.
And what I just like to explain in this book, when he read always Krishna, it is a sweet feeling what Narottam and together with Rupa and Raghunath, how they guide us softly from the God consciousness. This is a preparing to guide us by their own hand to Swamini. And because of this, here is mainly Krishna described, but he put us on his hand, that because our background is mainly God consciousness. We all come from this, that we believe that God is a man. And they understand this and they know this. And so they pick us up on this point. And when you say at the end of the book, it's mainly or more described also Radharani, then we can feel this, how they softly take us, our minds, who are pointed on the God consciousness, who will bring us to Swamini's consciousnness. What is a big difference? And they understand this very well. And when we read Narottam Das, and then Rupa, and then Raghunath, we can see this is a system. This is also meaning of Ishtadeva. They are one, like our Guru is Nityananda, right? It is the person, and it's also a system of, they work together. And here we can see this in these books, what we are reading, how this principle is working, how they work hand in hand and bring us from one step to the next step. And so we can also see maybe in our own example, when we start with the spiritual life, we are in a God consciousness. We have different backgrounds, but mainly it's God, or maybe atheist or Buddhist or whatever. No? But I think it's unique, the understanding of the female God or the female Ishtadeva. This is very rare to find. And so, because Nityananda, in this case, he understands this, that it's not easy for us to take this point. And so he bring us soft from one step to the next. No? So he pick us up on the point where we are and bring us by this beautiful books with a soft teaching to Radharani. And at the end, we will see in Radharasudanidhi or Vilap Pushpanjali, this is the most topic it's describing. Only her, the female goddess.
Yes, wonderful. Also now in this ongoing explanation of Nishta or Ishtadeva Sthane Leela Gan, he is glorifying, doing the kirtan and doing the glorification in Vrindavan. And he's giving also example of Hanuman, who does not react when Garuda comes to say that you could serve Dwarakadish. But when he hears that his Lord Raghunath is calling, then he's jumping. There's one long Leela about that, but I don't want to go into that detail. I just want to say that Baba always is using all these examples to show us how it is important to fix one's feelings and to fix in one mood. And he's giving also in the next verse the example of Anupama, who was the brother of Jiva Goswami and Rupa Goswami. And he also was fixed in worshipping Ram. And his brothers tried to inspire him to meditate of Krishna. And then he says, okay, they are my elder brothers, they are my guru, I will listen to them. But in the night, when he was chanting Krishna Nam, he wake up and he was crying. He cannot give up Ram Nam. And he was crying in the night, how can I give up the lotus feet of Raghunath? I cannot. I have sold my head to Raghunath's lotus feet. I have sold my head. And then they also give him blessings. And they were both embracing him and praising him and saying, blessed is your firm devotion. And then also I want to read the next paragraph when Baba says, when the devotee has thus become fixed in one particular form of the Lord shows special mercy of such an exclusively surrendered soul. It must also be known in this framework that although the loyalty of the devotees for a particular deity is praiseworthy, those people who primarily aim in their practice of devotion at relishing sweet rasa should know that this cannot be attained in any greater way than by the worshippers of Rasa Gana Vigraha, Shri Brajendra Nandana. No other worship of any other form of Godhead can experience this. Particularly, that is now on this next page now, particularly Shri Krishna's adolescent form reveals a greater sweetness, and the girls of Braj relish that unrivaled sweetness of Shri Krishna through their matchless wealth of feelings called Mahabhav. Amongst these girls of Braj, Shri Radharani is the greatest. Her 5 senses, like the eyes and the ears, are the enjoyers of Shri Krishna's form, and her love is the gate to that relish. Her love is the opening. Her love, Srimati Radhika's love, is the opening gate. It's the door to the service. Just as Shri Krishna's sweetness is complete and limitless, similarly Shri Radhika's love is complete and limitless. Therefore, Shri Radha alone is able to relish Shri Krishna's limitless sweetness through her complete Mahabhav, known as Madana.
So beautiful to meditate on this. What is limitless? When there is no limit, that means if you think you find the limit, it's just more.
It's high. It's
more. It's
unlimited.
more. That is unlimited. So when Mahabhav shows her potency, then even Krishna is overwhelmed, and he become unconscious because he cannot get her full power, to say, in feelings, and then he is there. In one case, he's for Swamini, he's then in that moment useless, but she is not satisfied. So then the service of the Manjaris starting, because Swamini is calling them when he is overwhelmed from her Mahabhav, limitless, and then the Manjaris has to bring him back to conscious. And how they can do this, it's also beautiful, no? So there is only one thing that the maidservants can do what Radhika not can do. And this is to glorify her name. She will never do this. But by listen her name, Krishna comes back in conscious. And so we see in how many kinds the service of the Manjari is needed in the pastimes, because of this unlimited Bhav, Mahabhav. Krishna is overwhelmed, and we have to bring him back to conscious, that they can continue the pastimes. Limitless.
Yes.
We can see this there.
That is the point.
No? Unlimited.
And Krishna says, E Prema Dvare Nitya Radhika E Kali Amara Madhuyamrita Asmadesa Kali in Chaitanya Chaitamrita. Through such love, only Radhika can relish all of my nectarian sweetness. So here again, Baba is making the connection that only through Radhika's love, only through her service, through her mercy, the gate to that service can be opened. And he says, although the individual souls cannot relish this like Sri Radha, a fortunate soul can be blessed by the attainment of that relish by following Sri Radha and becoming eager for her service.
Wow.
Wow.
Are you happy now again?
Yes.
Jai Jai Sri Radhe. Gurudev, do we get your blessings today? Jai Gurudev. We are not hearing you. No sound is coming, Mahatma.
No voice.
Yes, now.
Radhe.
Radhe.
Radhe, Radhe, Gurudev. Mahatma Ji.
Giving, wow, very good. Gaura Sundar is happy. Together, very nice. Bar means there. Very nice. Jananda Maharaj also is very nice. Therefore,
we are so lucky, Gurudev, that you are inspired when we read something. I feel always foolish and always full of, impurities, but still you accept the words through our mouths because they come from Srila Anantadas Babaji, from Narottam Das Thakur. And if we can only learn how to repeat them with a little bit of love, then you are satisfied, Gurudev. It is so such a beautiful service. And all the devotees maybe also give us blessings. They also like to listen. They like to feel what comes across in these feelings. We are blessed that this is possible with this service. Really.
I feel
Thank
fortunate by listening Bhajan works through you. Yeah.
Today, Gurudev, that was very interesting to read about what is the meaning of the Ishtadeva.
Wow.
That this is we cannot think about our Ishtadeva without Vrindavan, without all this, what is together, what fits to the Ishtadev, no? So this is such a clear understanding of that, what is the meaning, that it all exactly is together. This what is meaning of Ishtadev. Ishtadev is never without Vrindavan, for example, no?
Right.
And all the relatives are together with Ishtadev. And when we fix that, then it's Thai.
Yeah. Then name become more tasteful.
Wow.
Jananda Maharaj say very good. Mahanidhi Swami say, chanting is sitting in one place and without talking and chanting. That is also very deep subject to practice.
Mm.
And two things is a very good teaching. Isthadeva and name how to do.
Mm.
Yeah.
So I want to share one thing, if it is possible.
Sure.
So this actually Mahanidhi Swami, we are asking which part is in Chaitanya Charitamrita in Manjari Baba. So he's mentioned, I think, some lila picking flower and drying the ocean. And then he said, Adi Lila 4 chapter. And Ramandaya's conversation also in Manjari Baba. So he did not mention exact verse, but today's verse, one of them, I guess. So this Suniti Didi talking, Ei Prema Dware Nitya Radikara Ekari, Amara Madhurya Muta Aswadada Sakari. So this is actually Adi Lila 4 139 verse. So Prabhupada did not mention anything in this verse, but Ananta Baba's interpretation, we could understand this is indirectly mentioned how Manjari Baba is great, because this mentioned only Radhika by the strength of her love tastes all the nectar of my sweetness. Means taking shelter of Radhika to oneness with feeling with Radhika. We can taste this Radhika, Krishna's nectarian sweetness. All the nectar of Krishna's sweetness.
Yeah.
This is very beautiful actually. Baba's explained so beautiful, Suniti Didi mentioned. So this also Adi Lila 4 chapter. This is very interesting. Yes, I want to add that.
Jananda Maharaj, you find very deep things there. Mundamar.
Also, if we have time, I want to share another thing. This 208 page, Baba mentioned, my most worshipable Srila Guru Maharaj once said, when your service the Vaishnava that reside in Sri Vrindavan by speaking topics of Sri Hari to them, you will achieve a greater treasure even the attainment of the Lord. So Gurudev was making this sharing is actually greater, we could achieve the greater treasure even than the attainment of the Lord. Means we may attain more higher the radical seva. Radhe Radhe.
Jai Ho.
Oh.
That means we attain deep feelings.
Yes.
When we go in this subject, then deep feelings are coming. This is when we connect it to our Ishtadev. No? Ishtadevi.
Yes.
When we connect it to her, we are connected to our brothers, sisters, especially sisters, Gurudev, Vrindavan. Then everything is full, unlimited.
Yes.
Yes, and he also gives this example. Just attaining Krishna is not meaning that you can really be in a sweet relationship. And he gives this example of the demons that are also very close to Krishna, like Kamsa. Day and night he was meditating, oh, is he going to kill me? But that is not favorable. That is not loving. That is like some very, very distant kind of remembrance of Krishna that is not in his loving favor. That's what Baba also says. But if we do it, hearing and chanting in the company of the great saints who reside in Vrindavan, that will be the guarantee for a delicious taste of the flavors of God. And the most delicious flavors are becoming a dasi of Srimati Radhika, because that's the closest and the most intimate relish of serving and also receiving service that cannot be compared to any other kind of relish, really.
Wow.
Yes, when we reach the Lord, then mainly we have a desire to him. But when we speak about the topics of Vrindavan, we speak about his pastimes and we remember him to Radhika. And this is a different thing, that we are in our service and we do this service to him. So we give something and not we take. And this is also, on the other hand, we also speak about him. And then Radhika is listening. So this is not that they are not there and not listen. Now we not see them, but they are with us and they are guiding us.
Yeah.
Jai Ho! And today, Gurudev, before we finish, because we have to go to give the Zoom to our Kirtaniyas, I would like to ask a blessings from you for our Rajeshwari. She wants to come to Vrindavan soon, Gurudev.
Wow.
And she wants to stay longer. She wants to stay a long time to get really the mercy and to get the blessings. And we want to ask you, Gurudev, that you help, because she has to do some things here. Jai, Yoga Shakti is also coming, huh? She looks like that.
Really? Wow.
And she needs to get some things here done that she can stay a longer time. Now she is retired and she can come without restrictions, Gurudev. Please give blessings for this.
Wow.
Radhe Radhe Govinda Govinda